5 words, a hermetic formula that's traveled through centuries, from the whispered teachings of ancient Egyptian mystery schools to the grimoires of medieval alchemists, as above, so below. Most people say this phrase without really understanding it, thinking it's just a poetic metaphor. But it's not just fancy language. It's a key, one that, when used right, opens the door to a truth that can completely change how you see existence. What if I told you this phrase hides a secret pattern linking your mind to the cosmos? That everything happening high above in the stars resonates within your very cells, and every experience in your life reflects something much bigger happening on invisible levels? For ages, this knowledge has been hidden, silenced, or watered down, not because it's worthless, but because those who truly get it break free from the world's illusions. Anyone who truly understands as above, so below, stops feeling like a victim of circumstances and starts acting like what they really are, a co-creator of the universe. In this video, we'll break down that principle. We'll go beyond spiritual cliches and uncover the real meaning behind those 5 simple words. We'll explore its mysterious origins, its connection to ancient sages, its presence across different spiritual traditions, and most importantly, I'll show you how to use this principle to transform your everyday life. This isn't wordplay, it's an alchemical formula. What happens above, in your consciousness, your thoughts, your subtle vibrations, shapes what happens in your physical world. And what happens deep in your soul echoes among the stars. Get ready, because you're about to see life from a totally new angle. You won't just see the reflection, you'll become the mirror. To really grasp the power of as above, so below, we need to dive into ancient wisdom, where philosophy, spirituality, and sacred science were all woven together into one body of knowledge. This principle, known as the law of correspondence, isn't some modern idea or empty metaphor. It's an eternal truth written into the fabric of the universe. Its earliest source is the legendary Emerald Tablet, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a figure part myth, part symbol. Seen as a blend of the Egyptian god Thoth and the Greek Hermes, Hermes Trismegistus is the archetype of the wise master who understands the secrets of the heavens and applies them on earth. In that short but powerful tablet it says, "That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below," to accomplish the miracles of the one thing. This isn't just decorative language, it's an alchemical formula. It tells us everything is connected through a web of vibrational similarity, a mutual mirror. The big picture reflects the small, the cosmic shapes the biological, the spiritual shapes the material. And this idea isn't unique to Hermeticism. In India's Vedic traditions, for example, there's Brahman and Atman, the universal soul and the individual soul. Atman is essentially the same as the cosmic soul. Brahman tat tvam asi, you are that. It reminds us the universe isn't somewhere out there, it's right here within us. Plato also touched on this truth in his allegory of the cave. The things we see are just shadows cast by higher, perfect forms. The physical world is a faint copy of a higher reality. That which is above, pure ideas, creates that which is below, the material forms. Even in Jewish Kabbalah, the tree of life unfolds from the divine to the earthly through levels of emanation. Each sphere marks a stage where spiritual light descends into dense matter. The higher shapes the lower, and the lower reveals the higher. Look at nature and you see the same pattern. A galaxy's spiral mirrors a seashell. Brain synapses resemble cosmic filaments. Fractals, the golden ratio, the moon's cycle, and the human body all follow the same vibrational pattern, repeating the divine in the earthly. Understanding this isn't just philosophical, it's empowering. Because if you and the universe speak the same language, you can communicate with it, influence it, shape it. As above, so below, and also as within, so without. Now that we've traced the roots of this universal law, it's time to unlock how it works. As above, so below is more than a mystical phrase. It's spiritual technology, a working formula that, once understood and applied, turns you from just a watcher of reality into its conscious creator. Imagine the universe as a mirror, not just any mirror, but one that reflects, amplifies, and densifies. Every thought, every feeling, every inner state you send out to that cosmic mirror comes back to you, amplified and intensified. The world doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your vibration. Picture every person as a transmitter, constantly sending signals through thoughts, emotions, and deep-rooted beliefs. The universe, this intelligent quantum field, this higher mind, responds with exact precision to the dominant frequency you send out. You send the frequency, the universe reflects the form. This is the law of correspondence. This principle connects the invisible and the visible. It says that what happens on a higher level, mental, spiritual, emotional, echoes on the physical level. What you plant in the mind grows in the physical world. What you ignore in your soul shows up as stagnation in your body. What you truly believe in your imagination shows up clearly in your surroundings. It also means your outer reality is just a mirror of your inner state. If there's chaos outside, check for disorder inside. If there's peace out there, celebrate the calm you've created within, because nothing really comes from the outside. Everything starts from within and then projects like a holographic movie onto life's screen. Here's one of the most powerful insights. The universe doesn't care if something is real or imagined. It only reacts to vibration. If you feel fear, even when there's no real danger, you'll attract situations that confirm that fear. If you feel gratitude, even before you have everything you want, you'll draw experiences that match that gratitude. That's why visualization works so well. Feeling something as real inside is enough for the universe to manifest it outside. But here's the crucial part. Many miss thinking alone isn't enough. You have to feel it. Emotion is the spark that lights up the mental image. It's the language the universe understands. Once you get this, as above, so below, stops being just a philosophical idea and becomes a practical tool. You realize that everything can be changed. Your body, your relationships, your money, your purpose. Not by trying to change the outside world, but by shifting what's happening on higher levels of consciousness. What's above isn't the sky, it's your inner world, your mind, your spirit, your energy. What's below is your physical reality, your environment, your daily life. And between them, you're the living bridge, the conscious mirror. So far, we've seen that the universe acts like a mirror, reflecting your inner world back to you. But the law of correspondence means more than just a link between different levels. It shows there's an order, a design, a subtle architecture, connecting all levels of existence, a sacred pattern repeating from planetary orbits to the patterns in your thoughts. To really appreciate this, imagine yourself as a small universe, the microcosm. Your body, organs, energy, and consciousness are a tiny, exact copy of the bigger cosmos, the vast web we call reality. But this isn't just a metaphor, it's a real, active, vibrating connection. Want to understand your energy? Look around you. Want to know your soul's vibration? Notice the quality of your relationships. Want to see what you're sending out unconsciously? Pay attention to your repeating patterns. The universe isn't random, it's precise, but it speaks in a language of symbols, rhythms, emotions, and vibrations. That's why you can say, "I want abundance." But if you feel scarcity inside, the universe will give you more scarcity. It doesn't listen to your words as much as it reads your energy. This principle goes deeper. Everything in the universe repeats in different sizes and scales. What happens on the biggest level also happens on the smallest. A negative thought isn't just a thought. It's a seed that, if nourished, can grow into a reality with physical, emotional, and spiritual effects. Likewise, love, a wise choice, or a sincere affirmation is a seed. Plant it with intention and the universe starts organizing itself to match that pattern. So the above, the cause, flows into the below, the effect. Every real change begins in the unseen. So why isn't this openly taught? Because real power means responsibility. When you realize you create your own reality, you can't blame others or play the victim anymore. You have to choose every thought, feeling, and action carefully because you're constantly writing your life story in real time. Here's a hidden truth. The connection between levels isn't linear. It happens all at once. What happens above and below doesn't wait for time or space. It happens simultaneously, blending together. That's why a deep inner shift can spark an immediate change outside. Not magic, but because you've reached the root, the place where everything begins. True alchemy, true magic, isn't about turning lead into gold. It's about transforming insecurity into certainty, doubt into faith, fear into love. It's about changing your inner world so that what you show on the outside shines just as brightly as what you've grown inside. When everything aligns, the universe has no choice but to give back to you exactly who you are. The phrase, "as above, so below," is more than just words. It's the universe's operating system, a law that governs every level of existence. But knowing this isn't enough to change your life. You have to live it. Now that you get the idea, it's time to make it part of your daily habits, to turn this deep wisdom into real practice. The first step is to create a calm, sacred space inside yourself at the start of each day. Morning isn't just the start of the clock, it's the energy doorway where you decide, consciously or not, which world you're going to live in today. That's why ancient cultures had morning rituals, sun salutations, prayers, meditation, cleansing baths. You can do the same in a way that fits your life. No incense or exotic chants needed. Just this. For the first 10 minutes after you wake up, don't touch your phone. Your mind is open and ready. Instead of diving into news or social media, set a clear intention. Today, I choose to tune into love, abundance, and truth. Feel that energy, even if just for a few minutes. Breathe, feel, and give thanks. Next, start seeing your surroundings as a kind of mystical mirror. Every situation, every person, every challenge is a symbol reflecting something about you. If something bothers or hurts you, don't react right away. Ask yourself quietly, what part of me is showing up here? What you notice in others is also inside you, whether it's a wound, a shadow, or a hidden strength. Practice this way of seeing, and you'll discover that each day is like a sacred book full of clues to your growth. Before you go to sleep, try visualizing. As your body relaxes and your conscious mind quiets down, your subconscious opens up. Then bring clear, powerful images of what you want to create, not as far-off dreams, but as if they're already real. Feel them deeply, make them yours, and carry them into your sleep. This rewires your deeper energy and starts shifting the above that shapes everything in your life. One of the most powerful practices is to keep your thoughts, feelings, and actions in harmony. You can't attract abundance if you're feeling lack and acting out of fear. You can't call in love if you secretly don't love yourself. Every day, check in with yourself. Am I truly reflecting what I want to attract? When your mind, heart, and actions line up, real magic happens. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. You're not here to become some flawless, enlightened being, but to be a living bridge between heaven and earth, between the invisible and visible, between your higher consciousness and your daily experience. That bridge is you. You've come this far for a reason. The soul doesn't believe in coincidences, only callings. This message isn't just something you heard. It's a doorway you've walked through. As above, so below. 5 simple words that now hold new meaning for you. We've explored where it comes from, felt how it works in your body, your thoughts, and your world. And now there's no going back. Once truth takes root, it pushes out illusion. Here's the deepest truth. There's no above without a below to reflect it. No spirit that doesn't want to be embodied. No divinity that doesn't want to show up through you. You are the sacred stage where soul becomes flesh, where the universe becomes experience. Everything in the cosmos comes together so you can live it, feel it, and move through it. So, what will you reflect from now on? Will you keep vibrating from pain or healing? Will you project fear or shine with faith? Will you repeat old stories or write new ones in the story of reality? The law of correspondence puts a big responsibility in your hands. You are the source of your experience. It's not about waiting for the world to change. It's about realizing that everything you see and live shows what's inside you. Change the inside, and the outside changes too. Shift your thinking just a little, and you change a whole scene in your life. Change your energy, and you reshape your world. Make a commitment now. Breathe deep, look around, and say, "What I see is me. Who I am changes what I see." If this message has sparked something in you, don't let it fade. Subscribe to keep exploring these powerful truths history tried to hide. Let me know in the comments which part hit home for you. Share this with someone ready to face their reflection and recognize their own divine light. This isn't the end. This is just the first door. Now that you've walked through, the universe will respond, not because you forced it, but because you remembered who you really are.